Hello everybody, Docky on here, welcoming you to another Monday for Miniature Ramble. This time it's the 16th of December 2019, and I'm going to start out with the three off-theme minis that I finished, well, simply because they've been hanging around on my desk for so long. They eventually got finished. Sort of. I mean, I sort of lost... I didn't have a lot of interest in these, but so the color choices are a bit random, but overall I think they look reasonably okay. The thing is, they still have a bit of a glossiness to them, and I had this problem with the varnish last week as well. One, a viewer commented that it could be because the varnish was too cold, and I'm aware of that issue. But it's not that I store the cans anywhere cold. I have them indoors. It's just that I spray outdoors, and it is cold outdoors, and I don't know if that has an effect on it, if that's what's doing it. But for example, these with last week, these were actually sprayed with a fresh can. The old can ran out with the models I did last week, and this one is brand new, and it's been indoors all the time. It's the actual varnish should be warm. It's just maybe the models were cold and the weather and the air around them. I don't know if that had an effect. You'll see the same thing on the next batch of models, and it's not. I haven't finished a whole bunch of models. It's going to be 7 models total. The reason being that I've been very busy grading tests in the run-up to Christmas vacation. I want to be finished with that so I can actually relax when I take my leave. But hopefully once Christmas break starts, I will have more time and we'll get to paint more. Here we have the Christmassy, or at least wintry themed minis, also with a bit of gloss sheen still to them. Don't know if I can fix that later. The 2 Frost Giantesses and their Winter Wolf. And yeah, I sort of ran out of ideas for colors here. It's mostly various shades of brown, like various types of leather. And then we have the Frostworm, which is a Remorhaz by any other name, which of course has the burning backside. It's in you'll see on the Gale Force 9 Remorhaz model, the official model, so to speak. It has frills on the back, which is how it's described in D&D. This is just some sort of off-brand Remorhaz. It doesn't have frills, it just has a lava back. Like I've mentioned, that they have a lot of heat they generate internally, and it comes out through the back. It shows there. But, you know, for a Bones model, I think this came out nicely. Yeah, not really a lot to say about these. They, yeah, I painted them about as well as I could be expected. So here's what's currently on my table. Sophie here has gotten some base coats on her, and it looks pretty rough right now, but I think I did manage to smooth out the surface okay. It's there have appeared a few air bubbles, but I'll try to get rid of that. Anyway, it's progressing. Now this kit of Gale Force 9 minis from Icewind Dale are just some undercoats over the primer. I haven't really gotten started on them yet. Just lay down a foundation to try to find the shadows and the lights, so I know what to highlight and what to shade. But, you know, just keep it on. And say hello to all the gnomes. And the Ramble has, which they've all of this has been assembled and primed. This is a huge figure, one of the largest I've painted. As big as some of those big Reaper Bones dragons in Cthulhu, almost. While these guys are just tiny. And yeah, I'm not focused in on them right now, so you'll have to take my word for it, but they are cute and funny and will paint up well. No issues there. Yeah. So that's everything that is in the works currently. Let's just look at some stats and then move on to the outro. Ta-da! It's here! The Mimic Invasion Kit 2. A resin model kit from Galadoria Games. That's the company logo up there. Very substantial packaging for Kickstarter. I mean, this implies that they're not just doing a Kickstarter, they're selling this in retail as well. But it finally arrived after all the trouble I had with the mail. However, I won't be putting this into the queue right away, because just like last week's arrival of a Kickstarter, this has no winter theme to it. It's not appropriate for December. I'm trying to keep it cold, so to speak. Keep it cool. So, what am I adding to my queue of projects? Well, another Kickstarter, a really old one. This one, let's pour it out here, a box I've had in my collection for a while. This is from another company, it's a company in the US called Redbox Games, and I've backed several of the Kickstarters over the years. I stopped doing it when international shipping started to become an issue. Unfortunately, it's nothing to do with the quality of the models. It's just that the shipping is awful. For a while, Redbox had a retailer. They sold through hassle-free minis in the UK, but they stopped doing that for some reason, or I don't know. But anyway, what is this particular pack? Well, the bag I'm holding right now is from a project they ran for Norse miniatures. They call them something Nords or what? I'm not sure what they call them, but they're Vikings essentially. Northern cold climate barbarians, and that I think is appropriate for a December project because I can do snow bases on them, and they will look wintry. Now, I'm not sure. This box contains a bunch of Redbox minis, and I think some more of these are Vikings, while some are... This is like a general barbarian. This lady, Berklin, no, I think she's from the English line, which are like Saxons, or Normans perhaps. And this is some sort of friar. So these are not all, and this is, I believe, supposed to be a half-orc. So this is a mixed bag of stuff, and some of it is appropriate for, and I think this is from their Chaos line. These are like evil spellcasters. So I'm gonna have to sort through this and decide what to paint up as Vikings and what not. But these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, well, it's at least half a dozen minis, maybe more, 7 or 8, I think. At least, these at the very least. And if I've decided some of these others are not Viking appropriate, I'll start painting them eventually anyway in the new year. Because, hey, they're cool fantasy minis, and they could be useful. So yeah, that is the plan. And that is the end of the episode as well. If you liked it, click like. If you didn't like it, why have you watched this far? If you feel like watching more, subscribe if you haven't done so before. Comment about what you found particularly appealing about this episode. Share the video if you know somebody who might like it. And above all, be back here next week. Same day, same channel, same Doc Eon. Who's now signing off.